Gemini just released a bunch of brand new features that make it way better for coding, way better for writing things, and they even released a new feature that allows you to create podcasts out of anything. And that's not even all the new features because they launched some secret ones too. So let's dive into exactly what they are and how to use them. Okay, so the first feature I wanted to show you is going to be this Canvas feature. This is brand new. This is going to make it way easier for you to code, for you to learn how to code, and for you to be able to write things. In the past, I always used ChatGPT or Claude for writing things because they were a little bit better, but now Gemini is actually way better at that. So if you click into Canvas right here, you can get it to do a bunch of things. I like these right here. So let's, for example, make a study plan for Chemistry 101. Now, what this is going to go ahead and do is literally create an entire study plan for you. And what you could do, let's say you were in school, is you could literally then upload a PDF right here and say, here are all my notes from class. Can you please create a study plan for this? And then guess what you can do? You can actually get it to write a bunch of code. Now, this right here is really, really cool because you can export it directly to your docs. You can come over here and change all the different fonts and everything. And another thing that is incredibly cool that you could do is literally just click into these and now you can chat with this document that this just made. For example, when we come under core topics right here, I could say, are there any others you think we should add? I'm gonna change the spelling right there, and then this will go through and actually think through, are there any other core topics? And then it went through and actually changed a bunch of these things. In addition to that, you could have it change the tone, you could have it change the length, you could even suggest different edits here. So what you could do, let's say that you wrote a blog post or you wrote a newsletter post, or you wrote anything, you could upload it into a Canvas document right here, and then this is going to go through and actually suggest a bunch of different edits. And then you could choose to apply those edits or apply all. I want you to think as if you were working in a document collaborating with a bunch of other people, but now you're collaborating with AI. And guess what? This is just the beginning of what you can do with this, because if we come into Canvas again and we say something, for example, write a Python script to monitor system performance, look at what this does. This is now going to bring up code, and this is really, really crazy. In fact, I think this is way cooler than the writing feature. So this is literally now going to go through and it is going to write all the different code that I need. And I could do a few different things with this. The first thing that I could do is I could come in here and ask Gemini to explain this to me. For example, I'm going to take this right here and I'm going to come in and I'm going to ask Gemini and say, please explain why this is here. So if we ask Gemini, please explain why this is here. What this is then going to do is explain to us exactly why this was here. And again, you could do this with your own code. You could have this create code. You could have this go through somebody else's code at work and guess what? Explain to you exactly what each thing does or why they did something. Or you could have it go through and suggest different edits. Now I want to come out here again and show you actually how cool this is, because if we create something different, for example, please create a quick quiz game I can preview right in here for my science test. What this is going to go ahead and do, this is literally going to go ahead and code this. And guess what? Now we can also preview this in here. So this literally has already created this. We can preview this and we could go ahead and look at this. So what is the chemical symbol for water? I believe it's H2O. Boom, I got a well done. What's the smallest planet in our solar system? I believe this is going to be Venus. No, I got that wrong. It's going to be Mercury. Now think about everything that you can do with this. You could literally use this for tests. You could use this for work-related stuff. You could just use this to code up better things. And again, you could use this both to code things for you and to become a better coder, because you can come in here and literally ask it a bunch of questions. In addition to that, what you can do is use 2.0 Flash Thinking Experimental with this, and this is actually going to be way better, or 2.0 Pro Experimental for these different coding things and things along the lines of that. Now, before I get into the next feature that's literally going to allow you to take a file or take deep research and turn it into a podcast, I need you to smash that subscribe button if you want to stay up to date on the latest and greatest AI tools. I upload videos like this almost every single day. Now, this next feature is going to be really crazy. So if we open up a new chat right here and we come over here and then we change this to 2.0 Flash, and let's say that we upload a file in here. I'm going to go through some of the random files on my computer and then we can pick something out. So I sent this person a YouTube Shorts plan about how to do something. And once I upload this document right here, this is now going to have generate audio overview pop up. And what I can do with this is create a full length podcast. Check this out. I'm literally just just going to click on this, and now this is going to go through, and this is going to create a full-length podcast in just a few minutes. Now, while it's doing that, I did want to show you another sneaky feature that Gemini added in here. So let's say that we wanted to watch this YouTube video right here, but the video is 48 minutes long, and I don't know about you, but I don't have 40 minutes to sit around and waste. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this, I'm going to bring this over to Gemini, I'm going to say, summarize this video. Now what this is going to do is go ahead and connect to YouTube, get the transcript, and then summarize it for me. Now, a few weeks ago, Gemini actually released the ability for them to do this within a single model. But what they did was they got rid of that model and they literally just embedded this straight in here. So now what this does is it literally goes through and summarizes exactly what the video is about. And I would strongly suggest that you begin doing this if you want information from a YouTube video, but you don't want to sit there and watch the entire video. Now, if we come back over here into different chats right here and we scroll up and come back to this audio view generation, we'll see that this is still going through and generating it. It's been about a minute now, so I'm going to give this a few more minutes, and in the meantime, show you another new feature. So if we come in over here, what you can now see is personalization. And this is an experiment. Essentially what this does is it allows Gemini to access your search history across YouTube, across Google, across all of these different platforms. And by the way, you could disconnect this at any time if you want to. Now what this is going to do is reveal to you different responses based on things that you have searched for before. Now, I did a chat with it a little while ago, and it literally walked me through exactly what I could do here. So I use this personalization right here, and I said, based on my search history, what do you know about me? It says I'm interested in tech and AI. I like finance and investments. I like social media, online trends. Makes sense because I have another YouTube channel about that. I like luxury goods, high-end vehicles. Makes sense. I have some nice cars, celebrities, public figures, potential travels, and location interests. And then a bunch of other things that it has in here. Now, what I asked it was, how are you going to change your responses to what you say to me based on this information? And it literally went through and told me exactly what it's going to do. It's going to focus on novelty over redundancy. So anything that I've already looked up and found the answer to, it's not going to give me that. It's going to give me new things. In addition, it's going to build on my knowledge. It's going to have contextual awareness, and it's going to give me personalized suggestions. And I would strongly suggest that you start using this feature in order to understand yourself better and be able to get more contextual answers from Gemini, because this really helps with that. Now, if we come back over here, we'll see that I just got a notification that this is done. So this made, out of this single PDF right here, a 6-minute and 17-second podcast on this. Now, I could have made it longer. We could make it shorter. And essentially what you could do here now is, if you have blog posts, you can make a podcast out of it. Deep research, you can make a podcast out of it. Anything that you have that is going to be in a PDF format that you can upload as a file, you can now create a podcast of it. Check this out.
All right, so we are diving straight into this YouTube Shorts growth plan, and it's from Robert Benjamin Consulting for Timothy Hopkins.
Okay.
And what we're hoping you get out of this deep dive is
So that's pretty crazy. And what's even cooler about this is we can expand it and we can now ask it questions. This is something that you used to have to do in Notebook LLM, but now you can do this in Gemini, and this is a huge push forward. But there are still 2 other features I want to show you, because sneakily, Gemini also released some other things. Now, to show you this next one, we're not going to be on gemini.google.com. Instead, we're going to be on aistudio.com. What you need to make sure of is that the model that you're using says images and text. By the way, this is 100% free to do this. And now what you can do is describe what you need an image for. Let's say that you wrote a blog, you need an image, or you wrote a newsletter. You need an image, or you're creating a YouTube channel, you need an image, or you're just creating content and need images for things, or you want to send somebody some funny type of image. Literally just describe what you want, and this is going to go ahead and actually create it. For example, I'm going to say, please make me an image of a pancake. Now what this is going to do is it is going to go ahead and create me an image of a pancake. And look at how this looks. This looks hyper realistic. It doesn't look like other LLMs or other photo generation where it's not realistic. And guess what? It doesn't actually stop there, because you could also have it make things that look incredibly real. For example, Manhattan landscape. And what this is going to do is this is going to go ahead and make me an image of the Manhattan landscape. Literally anything that you can think of, this can go through and this can actually do it. And you can also upload images to this. Let's say that I have a thumbnail. Let me find one of my thumbnails in here, and I'm going to ask this to please make it a different way, or edit it, or do something along the lines of that. So I'm going to come in here. We need to find a thumbnail. For example, this one right here, I'm going to upload this in here. Oops, that is not what I want to do. I want to click on this. I want to not click on my drive, but I want to click on files. And then again, I'm going to type in thumbnail right here. We'll find a thumbnail, and we are going to be able to edit a thumbnail. Now this is pretty crazy because in the past, I would have had to get somebody to edit the thumbnail for me, but I don't have to do that anymore. Watch this. So, this right here says make videos instantly, VO2 for free. What I'm going to say is please make the arrow yellow. Now what this is going to do is this is going to go through and this is going to edit this. You could have it edit yourself. You could have it edit text. You could have this edit anything. Look at that. Literally in 1 second, it just changed the color of this and it didn't change anything else. I could also say something along the lines of replace the Google logo with a TikTok logo, or make it the Gemini logo, or change a text while keeping the fonts and colors the same. You can literally have this do anything. So now Gemini is amazing for generating code, for writing things, for generating images, and guess what? Google is doing a massive push to make all this free and make all this collaborated with every other tool that they have. And I think Google is in one of the best places for Gemini to become one of the best LLMs because of all these new features that they recently released. Now, if you ever wanted to figure out how you could actually automate your work with AI, you need to check out this video right here that walks you through an AI agent that can literally help you automate anything that you would normally do in a web browser. I'll see you over there.